Hello there, this is Lavon Cason here, back at it again with another video. And I was a Intellivision Amico reactor. I was in the first episode of Intellivision Amico Reactions, and I was in the thumbnail of that video. I was also in a Intellivision Amico Reactions episode 3, and I was reacting to Finnick and Fox, but I was not in the thumbnail of that video. The video that I'm going to be reacting to today is called The Intellivision Amico Scam is Dead, and it is made by ReviewTechUSA, who has 1 million subscribers. And plus, I am curious of what his take on the Intellivision Amico at this point. So, let's begin to watch the video.
Philip Burnell's a man. 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 Philip Burnell's a man.
Skip it up and that up.
So the Intellivision Amico has been a saga on this channel for a very long time. In the beginning, when Tommy Tallarico approached me,
it has been.
I tried to have an open mind. I know I could be very pessimistic, and I'm like, hey, this guy seems okay. He likes to talk about himself a lot. But whatever, man. Instead of just going into this being a negative Nelly, and you're always Debbie Downer about every new product, yeah, the chances of it actually penetrating the market enough to be profitable are slim to none. But you don't know. Maybe this will be different.
Anything's possible.
Different at all. And it was a complete disaster. Tommy Tallarico has a very fragile ego. He tried to create a cult around him of yes men, and which worked. He got his cult of yes men, but everyone just yesed the company into the ground. And Tommy, as Pat and Ian over at the CU podcast say, I don't care if they hate me or not, it's a very valid point they make, he tried to cosplay as CEO. They had a huge office that companies that are 10 times more successful than them don't even come close to having. A lot of times these smaller companies, they work out of their homes, especially during the pandemic. A lot of people are working from home offices, but not Tommy. He had to have the blue Intellivision walls with the Running Man all over, which I'm sure cost a bunch of money, and he had the flex that he had multiple offices that, like Pat and Ian also said, probably nothing was done in. Tommy swore on my show, oh, we're not doing any kind of crowdfunding. Then they go on to essentially do crowdfunding, and then they did it multiple times. In the newest one, or one of the newest ones, the Start Engine campaign, they were asking for millions of dollars. They barely got about 60,000, I think it peaked at, but it
wow,
miserably.
Wow,
shut down. They did not get any investment funds from that.
Only got 60K. Man, only got 60K.
So then we could go into the Amico as basically a 2016 mid-range cell phone in an overpriced box. They were saying the console was going to start from like $150 to $180, which even then that price was kind of pushing it for the games that we saw.
I remember, people were more for the Intellivision Amico instead of the Atari VCS at first. I do definitely remember that, if anything. People were saying that the Atari VCS was a scam, that it would never come out. But now if you think about it, this is 2022, it's now have pretty much became the reverse. People, at this point don't really care to buy a Atari VCS, but at least it's out. At least you can get one. You can get one on Best Buy. You can get one at GameStop. You can get one on Amazon. But when it comes to the Intellivision Amico at this point, now that's definitely a scam. Definitely a scam. But the Atari VCS, it was a scam at first, but eventually it became an actual product. Let's watch. Let's keep on watching this video.
Tommy stepped down as CEO. Phil Adams said the console may go up to as much as like $300+.
At that point, you might as well just buy a Series S or Atari VCS at that point.
For a console that's based on a smartphone processor from 2016, mid-range one too, not even like a high-end one, not like a Galaxy S7. Oh my God. And you know, they and people who were in the cult of Tommy Tallarico said my family should be ashamed of me. No, I think it should be the other way around. People should be ashamed of Tommy for having him blindly follow his Amico cult, and now they're credited.
I don't know, like Tommy Tallarico, you know, he's been in my comment sections a couple times when I made reaction videos for Intellivision Amico games. You know, I just said, you know, pretty much after he commented on my video, I said thanks for the comment and all that other stuff. But as far as, you know, like other types of interaction, meaning like on Twitter and say, you know, doing interviews and stuff like that, you know, he might have mentioned my Twitter like a couple times, you know, once or twice. But as far as me like doing interviews and, you know, going out with them and seeing them in person and all that other stuff, you know, that never really happened when it comes to me and Tommy Tallarico interacting. Like, that just never really happened when it comes to, you know, doing the interviews and meeting him, you know, in person, unlike, you know, other people, you know, other people that were into the Intellivision Amico, especially, you know, hardcore, you know, they got to meet Tommy Tallarico and did the interviews, you know, interviewing Tommy Tallarico. But me personally, I never really did that. You know, I never met him in person. I, you know, never did an interview, or probably never did plan to do an interview. But hey, it is what it is at this point.
Credibility is ruined, which is, I'll take apologies from any of you. I'll wait. Let me look at my watch here. I'll wait for those apologies.
You wanna know what's funny about the Intellivision Amico is that a lot of those guys that, you know, that were hardcore into the Intellivision Amico, they thought that if the Intellivision Amico came out, you know, and actually, you know, where you can actually buy the product, you know, they thought that their YouTube channels would probably skyrocket and be a niche success or have some type of success. But at this point, you know, that's not becoming the case. And now you got people, you know, deleting their channels and, you know, going back to the content that they were doing before. Boy, this Intellivision Amico, all of it has been interesting. The journey, everything that went down, like, it has been very interesting.
Jeez. Or you're just gonna slither off like the snakes that you are and say nothing and pretend this didn't happen, just like your dear leader Tommy's doing. Just going off it. I know you've had some personal issues. I'm very sorry to hear about the passing of his father. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But personal stuff aside, professionally, Tommy acted like a complete narcissistic, egotistical idiot, and it was his poor leadership that dragged this company into the ground. It had a very slim chance to begin with, even if it had a proper leader. But Tommy did not have what it takes to be a CEO. He is too fragile. He is too narcissistic. He called people in my audience for calling him out a gaming racist. And now the Intellivision offices are abandoned, and here we are. Yes, I know the trademark has been renewed, but that means absolutely nothing. Now, one of the most interesting things, and Pat and Ian also point this out, and I have it below in the description if you want to see it. Bomb Squad. Now they're saying this
Bomb Squad
is optimized as it can be for the Intellivision Amico. They show it working. How can I put this nicely? It runs like complete crap. The controller has a bunch of lag. You could see it, some examples of it in the video clip that you're seeing here.
You want to know what this Intellivision Amico reminds me of? The Wii U. I mean, look, let's be real, right? Nintendo has more success when it comes to doing dual screen gaming than the Intellivision Amico would have ever did. But the Wii U was a failure, factually, pretty much. But I mean, look at that, touchscreen gameplay. There's some stuff going on with the touchscreen, and yet there's some stuff going on with the TV as you doing all this. It's basically, when you really think about it, the Amico is or was the next Wii U when you really think about it.
This was the product they were trying to sell for at least $250.
Yep.
This is something that you could have played on the Wii U.
Yep. Exactly.
Not only is it like, why would
you
introduce this when Nintendo, who has a lot better marketing and a lot more money, failed? Why would you try to reintroduce a half-assed version of what the Wii U already offered back in?
That's what the Amico is. Like I said, the next Wii U.
in 2012. Could you explain that to me, Intellivision? Now, Pat pointed something interesting out. If you look at the pictures that are from the Intellivision abandoned offices that is now up for lease, you'll notice that there's booklets there. And one of those booklets, they kind of have like what you would need for office supplies, everything from toilet paper to folders to whatever. You get them like monthly. There's 3 of them there. So Pat is thinking, because he gets those booklets, that they haven't been at that office for at least 3 months. Even though we saw a whole bunch of videos of Tommy working there, it was all BS. He didn't need that much office space. A lot of the stuff, I guarantee you that they did, they could have done from home. It was the flex to say, hey, we're already an established, successful business, even though we don't even really have a product yet. They did the whole BS unboxing, which was a fake unboxing of the Intellivision Amico. And this, in the end, do I think that the Amico started as a scam? No. Do I think it ended as a scam?
I think the Amico, definitely had a lot more hype behind it than the Atari VCS. And it was definitely, considered to be an alternative, in comparison with the Nintendo Switch, the, Xbox Series or Xbox One consoles and the PlayStation 4. At first, it seemed like a legit effort was being put into it. It seemed like that this was going to be a legit product that, granted, was going to have its own niche, but it had some legit interest. And now, at this point, people pretty much don't really care about the Intellivision Amico. And if people are talking about the Intellivision Amico, it's pretty much what's been going on behind the scenes of the console, meaning the drama that's been going on around the Intellivision Amico itself. A lot more people are more interested into that instead of the actual product itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what frustrates me about this too? And I saw it happening with other people, and I kind of don't understand why, because Tommy Tallarico minus Video Games Live has not really been relevant since the early 2000s. But I saw a lot of people doing the same thing I did when I was in my early 20s and I worked with somebody. This person, he did the same thing Tommy did, like, hey, if you help me out, and I was producing music back then. And this person did the same thing, kind of like what Tommy Tallarico did to these other people who were new to this whole YouTube thing and were excited to work with what they thought was a celebrity. And the same thing happened to me. If you produce this music, I can't pay for the music up front, but I could connect you with people at Sony. I could do this, I could do that. And you get caught up in all of it because you're being promised all these things. And I guess it would be considered gaslighting. Maybe it's the wrong terminology for gaslighting, but they gas you up to think that, hey, I'm not getting paid now, but I'll be rewarded with success later on or connections, and it never happened.
I bet that's what a lot of these, hardcore Intellivision Amico guys that were on YouTube at the time were probably thinking, if the Intellivision Amico comes out, their channel, you know, later on down the line will probably be a success, and doing all those Intellivision Amico videos, you know, doing reactions of the games and all that other stuff, you know, they probably were thinking, you know, this could be something special. Let me take advantage of this, and my channel would probably skyrocket it when it comes to views, subscribers, and all that other stuff. And which could have led to open more doors to other opportunities, such as, you know, other gaming stuff. But considering that everything that went down with the Intellivision Amico at this point, I bet a lot of those guys probably went back to doing what they were normally doing. You know, either, you know, retro gaming, collecting, you know, showing gameplay of retro games. You know, talking about other products such as the Evercade and all that other stuff. So, yeah. Let me just keep on playing the video.
It was just a person looking to get a free album and go after a naive producer that was new at what they were doing, and it worked. Congratulations to that person. Well played. Tommy basically did the same. It's called being a useful idiot. And Tommy did the same thing to the cult of Amico followers. All these people who, all I was doing was questioning a product. All Pat and Ian were doing was questioning, like, this looks like crap. What the hell is this? You're paying $50 for this? And I had people in that cult now who were very silent, saying that I should be ashamed of my family. I had the CEO himself DM me, tell me that I need help. Tommy, again, what you're going through in your personal life, man, I don't, you know, I feel terrible about that. I don't wish that on anybody. But who the hell are you to say that? Who the hell needs help now? Personal stuff aside, what happened to the company? You thought, well, for two reasons. One, you're very insecure and you need a bunch of yes men around you. You needed that affirmation all the time. So you want to, yes, Tommy, everything you say is brilliant. You are one of the most brightest gaming minds in the gaming industry. You're one of the brightest minds in the gaming industry. Whatever you say is perfect. And if anyone said otherwise, you would get very defensive. I saw it with myself. I always remember when I had Finnegan Fox, that awful thing up on the screen. Finnegan Fox,
you know, when he mentioned Finnegan Fox, I'm not gonna lie, it just made me think of my reaction that I did for the game Finnegan Fox, you know, that was supposed to come out for the Intellivision Amico, and I remember saying, "Woo!" And he did a reaction to the, you know, the Intellivision Amico reactions, you know, ReviewTechUSA did, and when my video popped up, he mentioned something along the lines of I'm gonna just let you guys see it for yourself, for those of you out there that didn't get a chance to see it.
Typical, like, adventure story mode.
Yep, that's a face. The only thing that makes me make a face like that is titties. And the thing is, what is with this too? Like, no one does this anymore, where everyone's like, "Whoa, bro! Oh, dude! Oh, ooh, oh, man!" Like, do you see Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo? Don't go with it's a different market, but because no one, like, why do I need affirmation from his reaction? It's just silly. It makes no sense. Where are the titties, dude? The titties have to be there. You should not be making those faces over Finnegan Fox. No way. Oh, damn titties.
This level, it's kind of like a multiplayer, cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Titties are the only thing that'll put that look on my face in 2022. They don't seem sincere. Now, do I think that they were bought? No, I do not.
I bet you guys found that funny. I bet you guys found that funny.
Screen of Finnegan Fox, you came in.
There we go.
And we're all butthurt about it. This was, what's sad is, I don't think the Amico would have been successful. It had a super uphill battle at best, even with proper leadership. But maybe it could have made a niche market if the right leadership was there.
That's what I think. I think it would have been niche at best, the Intellivision Amico. If it did, you know, actually came out, it would have been niche.
But this was a person who just couldn't hear no. He didn't listen to advice. He thought he knew better than everybody. And he literally called my audience, who called him out for the shortcomings of the Amico, which we see now are plenty, and were plenty back then, gaming racist, unfortunately, on my channel. That is something that I'm sure that I won't live down for a very long time. But the Amico's dead. And to everyone who got fooled by Tommy, who learned a lesson from it, I'm sorry. Next time when a person comes to you like this and promises you the world, tell them to cut you a check first. Even if they want to cut you a check first, make sure the product's legit so you aren't selling your integrity and your soul for $1. This is Rich at ReviewTechUSA signing out.
Boy, I'm gonna just tell you this. I did have fun, you know, doing those reaction videos. You know, I will say that definitely. But at this point, man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for the Intellivision Amico. It's a wrap. Hey, it's a wrap for the Intellivision Amico. It's over. Time to move on to something else. But anyways,
a good one.
Thank you guys for watching my reaction. Hope you guys have a good day. What do you guys think of ReviewTechUSA's take? You know, I certainly thought it was a pretty good take. Let me know in the comments. See y'all later. Peace. Hope you guys have a good weekend. So now that you have made it to the end of the video, I want you guys to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and when you hit that notification bell, you gotta hit all notifications, so that way you can be notified for future Lavon Cason tech videos, future Lavon Cason gaming videos, future Lavon Cason live streams, and also other videos that I do, such as, you know, reaction videos and things of that nature. Bye.